Yeah.
Okay,
I've been in my Bible lately. You understand me? Like, shit crazy out here.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
the world said fuck us,
Matthew 24:13.
so we said fuck the world.
He that shall endure to the end.
The world said fuck us,
Shall be
so we
saved.
said fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
The world don't love us, no. So we said fuck the world. Look, I know your kinfolk gone, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing to hold on, I got a message. God said hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't planned to be. With our lives, we're not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure and the thoughts in your head are scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even start, then it's over. You feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be sober. Life is passing you by as you do this over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Time to make a change now. Instead of that, you fall a victim to the same now. Starting to find out that this life is not a game now. Back against the wall, couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of his lungs. World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world. For real, look. Cover your eyes, don't wanna see the blood on the leaves. Bodies of eyes innocently hanging from trees, floating in screens, blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe justice is coming. Heavenly Father, did not Christ say vengeance is mine? Don't even bother. When he return, it's gonna be slaughter. Ooh, I know you don't wanna face it, but what's real love sound like hatred. And you gotta be fucking crazy if you think they gonna get away with killing all them babies, feeding them to alligators. All the women that was raped, the transatlantic slave trade made us build a nation that we can't partake in. School to prison, pipeline, mass incarceration. All the lives that's been taken, hated to love it. You only talk about forgiveness cause we never get justice. I think you really reluctant. I remember hearing a hood nigga say all the shit he would've done if he was living during slavery. Look what's going on today, and you ain't doing a damn thing but putting shame on your ancestors' name. But who's to blame? All these drugs, pills, weed, beans, lean, and cocaine. I get the feeling that we living in a big dope game.
World
said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world. I don't give a lovely fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm a woman with a nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a lovely fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a woman with a nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's a Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad at this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, put through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, niggas. She know I'm a prophet, she got to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit till I go make some business from scratch. She bitching a different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we soldier. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some way. I will never take up this a place. When the Lord with future, ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh, Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they talking, they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the system. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in it with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' scratch them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Swear in it, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun for the slide for real. I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die for real. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they talking, they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
JT on the track.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. Without with my niggas. Yeah. I'm in the yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. Without with my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under command and general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
Shalom, Israel. Give me 1 second to make sure we talk. Can get started. Wish I'm heard. All right, kind. All right, Shalom, Israel. This is the ASPK. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General Hunter. We've been established since 1969. And since 1969, we're teaching the truth according to the Bible. What is the truth according to the Bible? The truth is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians descend from the greatest people to ever walk the face of the planet Earth. All right. I'm preaching out to 50 Kanaka, and tonight is Tuesday night brotherhood class. The topic is the truth shall set you free. All right. We're going to get into this topic with the scriptures. There's going to be a lot of scriptures. Well, you know, be a lot of precepts on captivity, why we keep ending up in captivity. You understand what our captivity really is, what our oppression is, you understand, and also how to get out of our captivity. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. 1 second. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna start with the book of John, chapter 8. Just like you to get the book of John, chapter 8, and verse, 32. All right. The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You understand? What is the truth? You understand? I just said it in the announcements. The truth is that we descend from the greatest people that ever walked the face of the planet Earth. You understand? We are Israelites. You understand? We make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. These laws, statutes, commandments, this whole Bible was given to us, for us. You understand? For our increase. From our God, the one and only God. You understand? And what has it set us free from? I ain't got to do nothing but look out the window and see our brothers and sisters in the world. You understand? To see where my life could be, what I could be doing, the type of pain and suffering I could be going through. You know what I mean? I never forget what that old man I left in the world had to go through because he didn't know any damn better. You understand? I can't imagine what I would be without this truth. You understand? This truth will set you free from drug addiction, drug abuse, drug overdose. You understand? From all kinds of different things, from murder. You understand? Makes you rise again. And she was just gonna make a building, have her own little restaurant up the street. A lady, well known in the city of Nashville, Tennessee. You understand? Um, she's finna open a QC kitchen right here in Buchanan, and she died from, I believe, a diabetic issue or a blood pressure problem, some type of complication with her health. You understand? It's things like it's reasons like this that make me want to keep pushing in this truth. You never know when your life can be taken unexpectedly. You never know when the Lord can judge you. The scriptures say, you understand, when you know the truth, there's no more sacrifice for your sins. And once you sin, once you know the truth, no, let me get it. Shalakia. I'm gonna just get it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this precept and we're gonna get right back to it. Shalakia. 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 26. For we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. You understand? The Most High, you got to understand, the Most High is like a good father. And how the Lord will punish you, he doesn't play. You understand? This is right here. This is what he just said right here was gangster. This is what gangster is, man. And once you sin against the Most High, you just know something is gonna happen to you, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. You understand? Once you know what you did wrong, once you know you sinned, all you can do now is wait for the Lord to judge you. Because your life is not in your hands, it's in the Most High. You understand? And the scriptures also say all our righteousness is as filthy rags, as bloody rags. Don't think that you are too righteous. You understand? Don't justify yourself in your own righteousness to believe that the Most High will not punish you, to believe you're unpunishable by the law. Never do that. You understand? That's what so many people mess up. That's what so many people fall off because they think that the Lord knows their heart. They think that they the Lord's favorite. They got it tatted on their chest, man. You understand? You go to their social media, it's in their bio. As soon as you scroll down to their pictures and their videos, they been a whore. They been a wicked bastard. And they say they're the Lord's favorite. When in the Bible, if you ever even paid attention to the Bible, he's he's totally against sin. And you think the Lord is with you when you sin. That's what the Christian church will have you to believe. They have you to believe that, you understand, if I've been selling dope for, 5 years, the Lord is with me if I haven't been to jail. That's what they think. They think because they have not been punished yet, that the Lord is with them. If they have been molesting children for years, they believe they can close their eyes and pray. You understand? And because they don't get caught, that the Lord is with them. Why? Because we have been trained and taught to suffer our own sin, to bask in our own sin. In the world, when they say the truth shall make you free, there's freedom in the world. Freedom is the will to do whatever the hell you want to do. The freedom to do whatever you feel like doing. You understand? Whether you want to be a homosexual, a drug addict, a drug dealer, you understand, a gangbanger, that's what freedom is. Freedom to live your damn life in sin. Freedom to be as wicked as you can imagine. That's what freedom is in the world, man. You understand? Wickedness unchained, unbarred wickedness. You understand? Unleashed wickedness. That's what freedom is in the world, man. But not according to the Bible. All right. I just want to get that precept real quick. All right, we're gonna drop. We was at John 8 and 32. We're gonna drop that. All right. Now I'm starting in Jeremiah. We're gonna be in Jeremiah chapter 2 for a little bit. All right, because this ties into it ties in to the topic of the class a lot. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, verse 2, go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, thus saith the Lord, remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. You understand? The Lord remembers when we were in the wilderness, that zeal that we had to serve the Lord in the wilderness, man. You understand? Not the ones who failed, not the ones who had to wait 40 years, but those who made it to the land of milk and honey. You understand? Those like I believe his name is Phineas. When Phineas, hold on, give me a second. I just pull that real quick. Hold that. I'm gonna go to the book of Numbers, chapter 25 and verse 5. All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay everyone his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. You understand? This is Moses saying, unalive all those who were joined unto another God. Unalive all of those who, while we're trying to make it to this land of milk and honey, they decide to be wicked. All right. Verse 5, verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. All right. So this is a Midianitish woman, a heathen woman. And understand in this context, they are trying to figure out why, you understand, the Lord is not with them right here in this specific context. Because the Lord had gave them a charge not to mix with these other nations, not to follow after their gods, not to go into their women. And somebody in the congregation of Israel, an Israelite, decided that he wanted a Midianite woman. And now it's up to the congregation to purge this wickedness from them, all right? So that the Lord will be with them. All right, verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. Verse 8. He went after the man of Israel to the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed away from the children of Israel. This isn't because he was just a murderer. It says why? So the plague can stay away from the children of Israel. That's the kind of zeal that we need for us to get out of captivity. Because the only reason we're in captivity is because we deserve it. Because the Lord keeps telling us to go right and we keep going left. Because the Lord tells us not to do as other nations and we do exactly what they tell us to do. You understand? Because the Lord says, don't smoke weed, man. Don't get dreadlocks, man. Don't go into these white women, man. And we do it anyway. And we are proud to do it. A brother in my slavery today, he knows I'm an Israelite. You understand? He tries to tell me, he said, man, I just wish everybody in your group thought like I thought. And we could just, you understand? You're going to hear this a lot. You're going to hear brothers say that they just sleep with the white woman to get back at the slave master. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. They sleep with that white woman because they want to sleep with that white woman. They say that and end up doing what? Marrying them, having babies by her. You understand? Thinking white people are not so bad. You understand? Don't be like the in the spirit of it is lust. Because they just have to have a white woman. He has the nerve to tell me that us who are trying to keep the law, statutes, commandments, who are charged not to go into white women, to go into a white woman because he thinks it's fun. Say hell with that, man. You understand? The Lord remembers our righteousness. He remembers our holiness that we kept in the wilderness. All right. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna go back to Jeremiah 2. 1 second. Jeremiah 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 4. Hear ye the word of the Lord, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that ye, it's like that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain. What fault have you found with the Most High, that you just keep choosing to serve other gods, man? You understand? It ain't because you can't eat pork. Because you know why? You gonna be a damn Muslim. You understand? It ain't because of all these other things. It's just because you choose to serve other gods, man. You don't want your own God. You don't want to go against, you understand, what it means to be American. You don't want to go against white supremacy. You don't want to go against, you understand, Asian. You think Asian persuasion is a real thing. You've been colonized, man. Give me 1 second. Let me get a quick precept on that. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. In everything, there's pros and cons. You understand? If you want to serve the God of the Bible, the Most High, everything that the so-called white Jesus believes in has to be a con for you. You're going to conflict in everything that it's like Muslims believe. You understand? This is how it has to be. You can't want to love everybody and serve the Most High. You can't choose your people. You can't serve your people if you choose to serve the people who oppress them. Time and time again, you can do, man, our oppressors can do anything to us. We get mad for 5 seconds and then we do what? Go smoke our weed, man. You understand? You go smoke your weed and pop your pills, man. Pop your bottle. Drink your liquor and you forget all about it. You understand? We act like we mad. Don't do a damn thing about it. Don't come together. Don't do nothing. 5 seconds later, we back hating each other. And back stuck having that crabs in a barrel mentality. You understand? That's what we do. Instead of coming together and actually meaning, being serious about this thing, being serious about our people, we turn around and you understand, you don't, man, you won't get any flack for talking bad about black people around other black people. You understand? Niggas don't do this. Why we can't do that? Man, black people can't go nowhere. Black people, man, you can't take them nowhere. But as soon as you say the white man is the devil, or you understand, I don't like white people. Watch how fast another brother or sister comes up against you, man. Now it's God loves everybody. When we shoot each other in the streets, it ain't God love everybody. You know what I mean? When we robbing each other, it ain't God loves everybody. When we out here being whores, man. Whoring ourselves for money. Being oppressed willingly. You're willingly being oppressed. Because understand this, the oppression is not having a slavery. Even in the kingdom of heaven, there will be jobs, man. It's work to be done. It's always going to be work to be done. The oppression is you have to cut your hair for this position. The oppression is if you want to move up the ranking ladder, you want to move up in the world, become corporate, you have to have a white one. You can't bring, you understand, a sister that, you understand, put weave in her head or whatever, what have you, and think that you're gonna move up the corporate ladder. The oppression is, you understand, you can't hold food and clothing drives in the hood. You can't, man, you can't even let people know or even try to relate to the hood. Or they take your money away from you. You can't wear your culture. You can't wear the shield of David if you really want some money. That is the oppression. You can't speak up against, man, you gotta let everybody live their life. Damn that. Damn, they say it's 27 genders. Maybe even that's the last time I heard of. You understand? Last time the count was 27. It's probably 57 now. There's no telling. Coming up, it was only male and female. But now you have over 27 genders. That's the problem. And that is the oppression. Because we can't speak up against, even if we teach our own people this. You can't speak up against what's wrong. You can't teach your own people what's right and wrong without the white man give you a hate charge. Without your own people charging you for hate, for being, you understand, for being. I don't understand it. You can't get mad at me because I'm right. The scriptures say, "Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth?" There's only male and female. How you gonna pick up a Bible and become a pastor and you're a homosexual, man? And we say it's wrong, and now we become your enemy. And we preach out of the Bible. We teach out of the Bible. We teach the so-called gospel and tell you the truth according to the Bible. And now we are enemy. Why? Because you're not free in your mind. You don't have the truth. So therefore the truth has not set you free. You can never be free if you don't understand why we're in this captivity and how to get out of this captivity and who your identity is. Until you can answer with a straight face and with some intelligence who you are, where your people come from, you understand why are you in this position, all of these things, you will never understand what captivity is. You will let the white man, you will let your oppressor tell you that racism doesn't exist in America. And guess what? You're going to believe. You're going to believe that racism doesn't exist in America until a white police officer beats a black woman to death. Shoots a 15-year-old black man till they beating immigrants on the border to death. Then you believe racism is alive for all of 5 seconds. And then you're right back going to work, you understand, kissing up to your boss, kissing up to your manager. And you're right back, you understand, loving a white man. All right. I don't want to digress too far off the topic. All right, we're going to get back into Jeremiah. Give me 1 second. Jeremiah 2. And I'm trying to run through a few of these real quick. All right. We were at verse 6. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 6. Neither said they, where is the Lord that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of drought and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passed. It's like no man passed through, and where no man dwelt. Verse 7. And I brought you into a plentiful country to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land and made mine heritage an abomination. The Lord gave us everything we could ever ask for, man. Our own land, our own culture, our own heritage, our own inheritances, our own lineage. And our stiff neck, and our hard headedness, Us being a stiff-necked people, us wanting to go after, you understand, other cultures and gods. We ruined it. We brought abominations to the land of the Lord. And he had to put us into captivity. Christ talks about captivity a lot. Christ said, there's Christ speaking in John 8 and 32, saying the truth shall set you free. During Christ's time, you understand, leading up to Christ's time, what captivity were we in? The Roman captivity. And how were we living? Were we living like, you understand, were we keeping the law, statutes, commandments, or were we living like Romans? We were living like Romans, man. You couldn't tell unless a brother told you that he was a Jew. You couldn't tell a Jew from a Roman based on their behavior, man. We were keeping the traditions of the Romans, just like we keeping the traditions of America right now to this day. You understand? Until we can break free from this captivity and stop being so damn weak as a people, we cannot be free. All right. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 6, like verse 8. The priest said not, where is the Lord? And they that handled the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me. And the prophets prophesied by Baal and walked after things that do not profit. Everybody understands. All right. Verse 9. Wherefore I will yet plead with you, said the Lord. And with your children's children will I plead. Verse 10. For pass over the isles of Shittim and see, and send to Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. Verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. None of these other nations have changed their gods, man. Even today in America, you still, man, we still have July for Julius Caesar, August for Augustus Caesar. We still have all these different things. Muslims have been worshiping Allah for thousands of years. Even before the Prophet Muhammad came, that building, that cobblestone, that on that pilgrimage, they were worshiping multiple gods even before Allah, Salakia, even before Muhammad came. The Buddhists have been worshiping, the Chinese have been worshiping Buddha forever. All of these different nations, man, all of these different people, they have been worshiping their gods forever. But we turn around and do it with them. We have our own God. We have our own culture. But we turn around and want to be with them. We want to follow after them and their cultures. To this day, you can find a sister with Chinese lettering. She got Chinese characters tattooed on the back of her neck, but she has the chakras down her back. She has Arabic tatted on her finger, and she has a Bible verse tatted on her arm. To this day, that spirit of serving other gods still lives in our people. You understand? All right, we're going to keep reading. Verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord. Verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out of cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. All right, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Were we made to be servants, slaves? Were we made to be pillaged like this? No. We're made to run these nations. We were made for these kings to worship us, man. We were made to rule the earth. But we chose not to rule the earth, not to run every nation on this planet. but we chose to be just like them. We chose to go against the Most High. And we are doing the same thing to this day. Give me 1 second. See if I got a precept for this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to keep reading down. Verse 15. The young lions roared upon him. The young lions mean the other nations. And yeah, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitants. Verse 16. Also the children of Noth and Tapanes have broken the crown of thy head. Verse 17. Hast thou not procured this unto thyself, and that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, when he led thee by the way? Verse 18. And now, what hast thou to do in the way of Egypt, to drink the waters of Shihor? And what hast thou to do in the way of Assyria, to drink the waters of the river? Verse 19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, said the Lord God of hosts. Our own wickedness, our own backsliding shall be the end of us, man. We're gonna know what we did was wrong when we're serving another nation, when we're looking for our identity, when we calling upon the Lord, man, and he won't listen to us. When we have to fight against our own people to teach them the truth. You're gonna know what we did was wrong. You understand? It says it is an evil thing and bitter that is forsaken the Lord thy God. These seats should be full. You know what? These seats, man, these seats would be a lot more fuller, man. We have people waiting. We have an overflow in the barrack side if we allow people to do whatever the hell they want. And we just came in there, taught the scriptures, and said they were Israelites, and said they can still be wicked as hell. Man, we'll be full of people. Everybody would be an Israelite. We allow people to smoke weed in class, you understand? To get drunk out of their mind, to lay with white women. This school will be full of brothers and sisters. But because the way of the Lord is narrow, because the way is so like because you have to enter into the straight gate, not a lot of people are gonna make it, man. Not a lot of people are willing to suffer for the Most High, to suffer for the Lord. Not a lot of people are willing to suffer for their own self, for their own good, man. All right, so I get that precept. Give me 1 second. Give me I'm gonna get Second Esdras chapter 7 in the Apocrypha. I'm gonna get Second Esdras chapter 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. And it reads, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. All right. So this is a beautiful city, a strong city full of all good things, right? Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. It's like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left deep water. So this is a city that is beautiful and full of good things. But in order to get to it, you have to pass through a narrow path. You understand? One so dangerous, you think it's fire on one side and deep waters on the other. All right. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 8, and only one path between them, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. You understand? This is how small this path is. This is how difficult it is to walk this path. Verse 9, If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? This is a question. You understand? If this if this beautiful place full of all good things were given to a man for an inheritance, or given to a man for an inheritance, man, were given to him to have and for it to be his own. Why, if he didn't have to face the dangers and this narrow path to get to it, and this hardship to get to it, why would he be deserving of it? Understand that the Lord does not want everybody. You understand? The kingdom of heaven is not, you know, it's not gained through observation. It's things that you have to do. You understand? This narrow path is gonna be a hard one, man. I understand, and the truth is hard. You understand? Coming from out the world, it's hard not to just get high, not to just sleep with everything walking, not to just, you understand? What's another advice that people have? You understand? Not to be a whore, not to sell drugs, man. It's hard. It's real hard to keep that slavery and make money, make an honest living in it. You understand? It's real hard not to trap or die. That's what our people believe, man. It's real hard to do the right thing, even if doing the right thing you would gain everything in life you ever needed. You would gain the kingdom of heaven if you walk this narrow path. And it's hardly anybody who's worthy of it. It's hardly anybody who's willing to risk everything that they have, their comfortability in life, their way of life to gain it. You tell somebody right now, you understand, if Christ came back right now and said, stop smoking weed and you can come with me. Do you know how many people, what do you think our people would first say to him? Do you think they would just, man, I'll do it right now and actually be serious about it? No. They're gonna do the same damn thing you do when you tell them. It's like they're gonna do the same thing they do when you tell them. They're gonna get the same response to Christ as they give to you when you say, if you want to be in the truth, you can't smoke weed. They'll say, well, why not? They're gonna say, well, God made weed. They're gonna say, well, it helped my nerves. My nerves real bad. And they say, well, it's better than alcohol. They're gonna give you every excuse they gonna try to negotiate with Christ just so they can do whatever the hell they want to do. You understand? They'll show you, they'll prove that they love for wickedness, they love for their own sin is greater than their love for the Most High. It's greater than their will to follow the Lord. All right. It says this path was very narrow and very dangerous, man. You're going to be hated. Christ says, blessed is he who is hated for my name's sake. You understand? Cursed is he that every man should love. If you in this truth and you living by the way of, if you really living the scriptures, you're going to be hated by many and loved by few. You understand? And that's all part of this narrow path that the Lord set before us. All right. Let me drop that. I'm trying to get through Jeremiah 2. Give me 1 second. What scripture I'm on? I'm gonna drop down. All right, I'm gonna drop down in the scripture for time's sake. 1 second. Should lock you. I'm still in the shit like I'm still in the edges. 1 second, get there. Drop down to verse 22. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 22. For though thou wash thee with nitre, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord God. So even though you clean yourself and wash yourself with much soap, your iniquity is still filthy before the Most High. Even though you get dipped backwards in that water and you get so-called baptized, your iniquity is still clear as day to the Most High. All right. Verse 23. How canst thou say, I am not polluted? I have not gone after Baaline. See thy way in the valley. Know what thou hast done. Thou art swift, thou art a swift Gematria traversing her ways. You understand? A Gematria. Gematria. That is a one hump camel. You understand? And you do your research, do a little research. That is a slick way. That's back in old time. That's what they used to call like a whore. You understand? We can, we call somebody a heifer. That's like calling them a whore. You understand? All right. Verse 24. A wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up snuff up the wind of her pleasure, and her occasion, who could turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they shall find her. You understand? It's comparing us to, you understand? This is basically saying everywhere you go, you're gonna find us. And we are not willing to serve the Most High. Everywhere you go, every different God, you're gonna find us. And we are not conforming to the Most High God. All right. Let me try to get through a few more of these. Verse 25. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. Unshod meaning you understand, withholding our foot from not staying firm. Our foot unshod means our foot is off the ground. The Lord is telling us to keep our foot firm in His truth. Keep our foot firm on believing in the one and only living God. All right. Keep your foot from being unshod. All right. Keep your foot firm. And thy throat from thirst. Stop thirsting after these other gods, man. You fiending to serve another God. You love Christmas so much. You love Thanksgiving so much. 4th of July so much. You love Valentine's Day so much. Quit being so damn thirsty to serve another God. I believe everybody knows that Christmas is not in the Bible. And all these different holidays are not in the Bible. And they still thirst after other gods. All right. Let's see. But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go. Verse 26. As a thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. And they, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets. Let me drop down some more. I'm gonna drop down to verse 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. The most High saying, where is all these other gods when y'all need help? Can these other gods save y'all in y'all oppression? The answer is absolutely not. We've been praying to white Jesus for over 400 years, man. We've been believing in Christianity for over 400 years. All these different gods, man. We become Muslims and become the most gangbangingest Muslim. I mean, good night. I just seen brothers is putting their spirit on the Muslim thought and worshiping another god. They go and get the, you understand, the blue bandana print. They go get the blood thought, and you know what I'm saying. They get the kufi and still walking around with an AR. You know what I'm saying? They still gang banging and being wicked as hell, even though they claim to have turned to Islam. Lil Durk been a Muslim for years, and he's doing what? Time for murder. You understand? We're gonna keep reading. Verse 26. Let's like it. Verse 29. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith the Lord. Verse 30. In vain have I smitten your children. They received no correction. Your own sword hath devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. He says, in vain have I tried to correct your children. In vain have I smitten your children. They received no correction. You understand? No matter how much the Lord tries to, you understand? Let me see if I get a precept on that. I think I got a precept pulled up. 1 second. For time's sake, we're going to keep reading down. 1 second. And read over again and keep reading. In vain have I smitten your children. They have received no correction. Your own sword hath devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. Verse 31. O generation, see the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords. Will we come no more unto thee? Verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. We have totally forgotten about all the miracles. We understand all the blessings that the Most High has given us. All right. Verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Why trimmest thou thy? This a beautiful precept that you can tie to a lot of different things, man. Why have we trimmest our ways to seek love, man? Even in this truth right now today. If you trim your ways to seek love, meaning what? An example of this would be you're not an Israelite. You're another nigga in the world when you're around your real, when you're around your family. You understand? You get on, man. You go to camp and blaze on Saturday with your brothers, and then you understand that Sunday you somewhere smoking weed. You somewhere kicking it with people you used to know in the world. You sitting up going to Christmas and Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving dinner. You're trimming your ways to seek love. You won't wear your dawa around your family. You understand? You ain't gonna admit the white man is the devil to the damn white man. You understand? You trimming your ways to seek love. You're not moving like an Israelite. You should always be an example of what this truth is to your people. We should always be that ray of shining light into a world that's so dark, man. You understand? In that world, they don't have anything, man, but they could have you. In that world, people don't know what the hell they're gonna eat tonight, where they're gonna sleep. They don't know how they're gonna make it. They don't know who they are. They got all these different problems, man, and you can be the answer. All these different questions, you can be the damn answer, man. You understand? If it wasn't for brothers who've been standing up for this truth, been taking this truth heavy, man, been teaching this truth hard, been going to camp and teaching these classes, been blazing since 1969, I wouldn't know about this truth. I'd be just another nigga in the world sinning against the Most High. All right. 1 second. There's no way I'm gonna fit all these precepts in. Give me 1 second. I may just end it with that. 1 second. Yeah, I might just end the class with that. Like I may have to do a part 2. The book of Jeremiah chapter 2 is heavy, man. It's talking about our oppression on all different folks. It's talking about our captivity in all kind of different ways, man. You understand? All right. I might just do a part 2 of this class. Or it might have been too wild. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it, make sure you understand I got my point across. All right, but with that, if anybody got a question, I'm gonna leave the floor for questions. 1 second. For 1 minute. Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna close the class down. Let's see. I'm gonna leave the chat over 30 seconds. If not, I'm in class. All right, I ain't getting questions in the chat, so I'm going into class. All right, this is ISBK Israelite School, Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Janhana. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, Islam, Christianity, any other wicked religion. All right, this was Tuesday night butter class. I'm preaching out some 50 knockout, and that's my time. Shalom.